The Bone Thief by V.M. Whitworth. Narrated by Laurence Kennedy.
Chapter 1. Worcester, April 900. Late again. Wulfgar was still tugging at his choir robe as he hurried across the courtyard through the mild spring drizzle. He had pulled the robe straight on over his tunic to save time, and now he was too hot and flustered, and there was an uncomfortable ruck of fabric somewhere round his lower back. The bell summoning Worcester's clerics to vespers tolled for the last time. Despite his best efforts to scrub his hands clean with pumice, ink had now somehow transferred itself to the cuff of his white robe. Why, he wondered, am I bothering? I could have just stayed at my desk, in the muniments room. Heaven and the saints all know I've got more than enough to do, with the shire court commencing this evening. Now I'll be going into vespers late, and all their horrible, smug faces will be staring at me. He found his feet were beginning to drag. Come on, he encouraged himself. You've got this far. If you're ever going to be accepted by the Mercian minister men, you've got to show your face sometimes. He could hear their singing now, blessedly muffled by the cathedral's thick stone walls. All the clerics might already be in the choir, but the courtyard outside the cathedral was bustling with activity, and he was nearly knocked over by a couple of harassed-looking palace servants staggering with trestles out of the bishop's great hall. "Look where you're going!" one of them shouted just in time, and then laughed when Wulfgar had to jump out of the way. He hurried through the gate, away from the thronged courtyard, his eyes on the cathedral's north door, the nearest one to his stall in the choir. He was so intent on it that he didn't notice the small boy running full pelt towards him. Likewise, the boy failed to notice Wulfgar because, as he ran, he was looking back over his shoulder. Inevitably they collided. The little boy went flying across the slippery cobbles. Wulfgar recovered his wits first. "Are you all right?" he asked. The child had gone crashing down with his arms extended, and he was now looking ruefully at two grazed and grubby palms. A pair of bigger boys had appeared out of nowhere and were gazing at them balefully from a short distance away. The expression on the little one's face told Wulfgar everything he needed to know, and he couldn't help but see his own past reflected in the young boy's terrified eyes. The difference is, he thought, that I'm no longer the runt of the litter. He straightened up and started walking towards the older boys. Older, yes, but only by a year or two. All three of them were clearly cathedral oblates.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?